had experienced a trauma of such devastation that amnesia was the only way you could survive. It's the way a lot of people do survive. What you get are flashes, you get shadows on your memory, flashbacks. Oh, something triggers the memory. What was that? And then you try to relive it. You know that you have to try and remember. Because it was devastation, the way we relive that demonstration is through warfare, through violence. It's almost a natural response that humans have. It's not a natural response, because overriding that is one factor which keeps coming back. It's referred to by many different names. The Golden Age, Utopia, Elysian Fields, Xanadu, Lost Horizon. They're all flashes of what happened before, the civilization that existed before mankind was virtually wiped out.
Hey, beautiful Monday, even though it's kind of gray outside, at least in Florida. It's gray and outside and kind of windy. The wind's okay, I like the wind. But anyway, sorry about that, got some light sleep in my eye. How's everybody doing? First off, how is everybody doing today? A lot of energy's been going around, a lot of shifting, moving, a lot of raising, a lot of brightening, a lot of wind. A lot of, couple of struggles, couple of hurdles, couple of, negative entities and densities coming through. But guess what? We're still here and we're still facing it. And we will continue facing it till we reach our goal. Right, everybody? Okay, cool. Today, I'm starting to taking little clips of videos that I watch on YouTube that I believe will be beneficial for me to talk about and for you guys to see. And the one today, I don't remember the name, but there will be a link in here as well in a part of the video. I'm just not sure if I'm going to put it at the beginning and the end. I'll probably put one at the beginning and one at the end so you guys can see. But it's talking about how humanity is suffering from amnesia. Anyone that's, that's been going through this and that's been doing any kind of research or been going inward know that it's a lot of things missing from us, humanity as a whole. Our history, our past. We're only told what from the Bible's perspective, and yet we know there was a civilization, there was life going on prior to then. And what this individual is talking about how during this utopia in golden age, man was happy and they were together and they worked together and they enjoyed being together. And then something happened, some huge event. Some people think it was a flood. Some people think it was an asteroid. I'm not here to really interpret that. I'm just really here to share the information. I'll let you think for yourself and, come up with interpretation. But the truth is out there, and we will all know soon enough. That I promise you. But he was talking about how we once lived in a utopia. It was called the Golden Age. And an event happened that shook us all up. And in shaking us all up, how we dealt with it was amnesia. And we deal with that today in our everyday life. When a traumatic event happens to us, some of us shut down. Some of us face it, and some of us, like our minds, to protect us, will lock it away, compartmentalize it into like the area in our brain and just keep it there. And he says because of this amnesia, it forces humanity to act out in the only way they understand. Violence. Kind of like a child. When a child is upset when he doesn't get his way, he throws a tantrum. Well, we got a bunch of children working in Washington, D.C., which explains why we constantly have wars. And it's not just here in Washington, D.C., it's politicians everywhere. They only know, like, okay, you don't agree with me, I'm going to go blow you up, I'm going to threaten you, I'm going to sanction you, I'm going to do this. Instead of saying, hey, what's up? You want to smoke a blunt? what's going on between us, though? Listen. This is more just between me. I know me and you don't like each other, but here's the thing: there's a whole bunch of people out here that put us in office, so we gotta come together and work for them. The other thing it is discussing and bringing up is the fact that why can't we, as human beings, work together? Why can't we get along? And for the most part, we do, but we always put restrictions, limitations, and things on it, like, oh, you're a Democrat, I'm a Republican, you're white, I'm black, whatever it may be. We tend to always try to come up with an excuse of why we can't like an individual or some reason like that. Like, there's a lot of whites that don't like blacks, and there's a lot of blacks that don't like whites. Blacks don't like whites because of the whole slavery thing. And I honestly feel, granted, that is a part of history. That is a very traumatic part of our history. And so anytime any human being has been enslaved, either physically, mentally, or spiritually, it is a very devastating thing. And it's something that I feel needs to be really eradicated from this planet. But unfortunately, we have individuals that are in power that feel and think the only way our country, our world is going to survive is by manual laboring someone, but they think they're right. They see themselves as right. and sometimes you just got to get shown the way. When I started on this, it was a lot of things I thought I was right in. And just to find out that I wasn't. I was dead wrong. Yeah. Especially when I went to prison. But we're not talking about any of that. We're talking about us as a whole. Us as a whole. Humanity. Whether it doesn't matter your race, doesn't matter your religion, or any of that. We do need to put aside our differences. We hate each other just because someone is a different religion or belief or whatever it may be. And you're not even getting to know that person as a person because you don't know them. And the way society is going right now, it's kind of getting us to try to isolate each other from each other. Facebook got so many robots and false people on there that people are afraid to interact, meet, and talk. Instagram, same thing. You get so many fakes, you get so many people want to play games, and they think it's funny, and they're not understanding that you're actually playing with someone's feelings and emotions. And that's something that I had to do. I've worked with myself a lot on. I'll tell you a story. Before I went to prison, I was with the mother of my children. Her name was Stacy, and we were together, total 17 years. But at the time, I'm not sure it was. And when I went to prison, she left, did her own thing. She lived her own life. And a lot of things came out of that. A lot of things came up with me. And me and my ego getting angry, yelling, writing hateful letters and things like that. And making threats. Because that was what worked for me before. That doesn't work, with a strong, independent woman or person, period. What helps is communication and talking. And the problem now is it's kind of hard to do that because you don't know who's real and who's fake. It's so many authentic people, so many people wearing masks that they believe they have to wear up this persona. Me, I don't wear a persona. What you see is what you get. I cuss, I smoke weed, I've done other drugs. I'm not a perfect person. None of us are perfect person. So maybe we need to try to stop acting like other people have to live up to our standards when they just should be themselves. And I think once humanity as a whole stop listening to the bullshit that the media shove down our throat or what our politicians shove down our throat, because you gotta remember, none of these motherfuckers even know us. Some of them probably don't even like us. But they like us enough because we're filling their pockets and their coffers with money from the labor of everyday individuals that go out there and bust their ass, that barely get enough to feed their family, feed themselves, take care of amenities that they have around their home, repairs, things like that. You know, it used to be a time where, you know, even in the Western days, hey, neighbor, I'm building a fence. Oh, come on, you gonna build a fence? I'm come over here to help you. Yeah, I'm going to help you fence. I ain't got nothing. Yeah. You know, you don't get that. Now, you get it in those small towns and things like that, in a tight-knit community. But it's so much division. Hell, when I grew up as a kid, shit, kids used to be able to play in the street all time of night, have fun, good time. You didn't have to worry about someone driving up trying to take your kid, trying to offer some candy or anything like that. And granted, times change. But why can't we go back to that? Why can't we go back to a simple understanding or agree to disagree? Hey, I'm not what you call a Christian. I'm not. I'm a spiritual believer. I don't believe in any organized religion. Why? Because organized religion means divide. Look it up. I believe in a God, in the universe, and the angels, and the spirits, and nature. Look, nature never lies to you. It's there. You know, and I believe in the divine spirit that put that here. That's what I believe in. I don't believe in putting a label or a name on this being, because he or she is bigger than a name. Him or she is bigger than what we as human beings try to create and fit into a box. And, you know, they don't do boxes. You know, they like what they say, God is everywhere at every moment, any place, and every little aspect. That's not fitting into a box, y'all. That's not any of that. But for that aside, for us as humans, and this me, you, anyone watching this, anyone listening to this, which I know there's probably people listening, try to just be happy with yourself, because it all starts with you. It does. Making your own self happy. And then slowly reaching out. There's nothing wrong with you talking to someone of a different religion. There's no one wrong with you talking to someone of a different faith or whatever it may be. Those are programs that, wherever they came from, whether it was from family, news, TV, sports, or whatever like that, don't buy into that. Because there's good people out there of all races, all size, all dimensions. You know, you can't judge a person by one simple act or what they believe. You know, because, you know, sometimes we believe things that are wrong. It is possible. You know, it is. You know, prime example. Everyone thought at one point in time the world was flat. They were wrong. Everyone thought that the earth was the center of the universe. They were wrong. You see what I'm saying? So, the point I'm trying to get, which I know I'm probably all over the place right now. It's kind of windy out here and it's kind of cool. But, but the point I'm trying to make is that, you know, we're people. We're all here on this one planet. You know, and all of us, and I firmly believe that all of us, every single individual on this planet wants love, happiness, unity, and to get along. If we all want that, why don't we just start striving for that? It doesn't have to be big. You don't have, you know, doesn't have to be monumental. One little step. One little step outside your comfort zone. I do it every single day. There's a lot of things that gets me out of my comfort zone every day, of every minute, every second, all the time. You know, just this morning, I woke up kind of, you know, grumpy, and then I shook it off real quick, you know, raised my vibration, and, you know, got in a better mood, and I wasn't even going to do no video today. I wasn't. I decided, you know, come out here and, you know, and say it because I just seen some things that interest me. So, and that sparked me to come spark to you. And just to let you guys know, I don't fancy up my videos. I don't, I'm not politically correct. I don't give you fluff so you can just laugh and go, ha. A lot of times I say things that may be harsh, maybe a little scary. But the one thing about me, I'm 100% real. And when you're 100% real, you don't need no fancy music. You don't need no fancy jingles. You don't need no fancy catchphrase. You don't need a lot of, followers. You don't need a lot of people that like you, because when you're going through this, in fact, society disses you, pushes you away the most because you're different. And you should strive in that difference, in that uniqueness. That means you are out the box. You are walking away from the crowd, standing in your own power, thinking your own thoughts, believing your own beliefs, and learning. Because here's the thing, monumental, most important thing. Just because you know something doesn't mean it can't change. Just because something is out in the world and that we're used to and it's been around for generations doesn't mean it can't change. It doesn't mean we can't make it better. The problem is we need to come together and make it better. Not those that we elect, because those that we elect doesn't have our best interests. Not all of them, some of them, but not all of them. But it's time for us to take things in our own hands. And it doesn't have to be big, because I know you guys think it's like, well, wow, he's talking about all this stuff. What the fuck? No. The shift starts small. It starts you waking up with a smile on your face. It could be like, I'm not going to go to work. I'm going to stay home with my kids and my wife. Something small. You taking actions for what is better for you. And it sounds a little self-centered, but giving yourself self-love and harboring that love inside yourself and spreading that love out, even if it's just on Facebook or Instagram. Spread the love, people. But it's better if you spread the love and kind of like in person, connect with people, talk with people. And when we start connecting and talking, you don't know what floodgates might open. So this is right here is more for me, as well as it is for me reaching out to you, because I gotta call myself on my own bullshit and keep myself in check as well. That's called taking care. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I love you guys. I really do. And I know a lot of times that Gabriel may come off as harsh and an asshole, but the truth isn't always easy to swallow, say, or digest. And it's sometimes the truth is really uncomfortable, not just for the person hearing it, but also for the person saying it, because they're going against the grain. Yes, I'm going against the grain. I've been going against the grain my entire life. So me voicing my opinion and my perception, sometimes I get a little harsh, but I'm very passionate about what I believe in, and I'm very passionate about, starting a new life for myself. But I'm also passionate about a new life for everyone, where everyone is free. Everyone is not bogged down by the mundaneness and the recycling and repetitiveness of what we currently have. Ask yourself this, all of you that see this video. Look inside yourself. And I know some of you guys will say, yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with me. But some of you will probably say, yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, man, what are you talking about? I'm happy. But then you will fucking start looking, it's like, damn, when was the last time I really had fun? When was the last time I did something for me? When was the last time I spoiled myself? When was the last time I didn't give a fuck of what anyone said, thought, or feel, and I just spoke? Or I just went out there and just, I don't know. But my thing is, I want you to be happy. Everyone. Happy and in love. And I mean happy and in love by bringing love and joy to other people. I don't mean your self-centeredness happening where you can manipulate and misconstrue words, or you're messing with someone else's life and livelihood and trying to hold someone down from moving forward in their life. I mean you living your life and being happy with yourself and who you see in the mirror. That's the kind of happiness and love I'm talking about. Who you see in the mirror. Alright? Peace, love, I'm out.
Because that appears to many people to be a far greater ambition, a far greater belief than what we have at the moment. We look around at what we have today, the ridiculous performance that we see going on internationally and politically. We say, no, it wasn't always like that. It was different. It was better. There was a time when mankind actually progressed, were good to each other, liked each other, wanted to work together. Why can't we have it again? We can. We just have to take the advice of any half-decent psychologist and say, well, how do you get mankind through the trauma of virtual extinction? So, is there anybody?